gang in this thing.
And we're live. Welcome back to third episode of Honestly Lucid with Lola, featuring our name's Saken.
Hey,
Ooh, ooh.
we in here.
What's up, Alex?
What's up with it?
So, tell us about yourself. We know you're an artist. You know, you do dope ass music. But
Hey.
tell us more. What do
Saucy
you
is
have?
my favorite song.
Saucy's your favorite song?
It really is. I listen
That's
to
hard.
it every single time at the gym. If I ever feel like I'm down, that song literally makes me feel like all my dreams will
I
Like
come
you
haven't
saucy.
heard that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping on you. I haven't heard that
Damn,
one.
so
You
you ain't listen to Taking
are.
Over. You ain't listen to the last EP.
I
need
skip through
to.
music.
It's only five. It's only 5 songs on it.
I have a horrible habit of like whenever I go to someone's album, I cannot. Sometimes I skip over songs. I like
It's only 5 songs.
judge the titles.
It's only 5.
They're
I
all
don't
really
know.
good. But Saucy,
Mhm.
that's the one.
Okay, so tell us about your album.
Tell me about my EP. I mean, shoot, it's great. It's a statement. Great production, great mix, great writing. It's just dope. Simple as that, man. I really just wanted to make a statement that I was taking over, and really just show like I'm really good at what I do. Period.
You are.
Yeah, that's really what I want to do with that. And it kind of just shows where I was mentally when I made it. I was new to being a pops, so like it has that energy in there and just like what that means to me. It's also the confidence. Like I just feel like you just keep working, keep being consistent, you can make it happen, right? So, yeah, that was just reflected across it. Shout out Super Miles, he produced the whole thing, an amazing producer. Shout out me. Shout out Wick Jones for the mix. Killed the mix. And just shout out Wait and Create and the whole team that was involved with it, man. Like I just felt like just giving another piece of myself, like, and that's what that EP is.
How long did it take you to create the whole thing?
I have no clue.
No.
The reason why I say that is like, for instance, Lonely. I got that beat like 2 days before it was supposed to be like turned into DSPs, and I like made that song like quick. But then you have Rookie of the Year, which I had for like a while, and you got One in the End that like took a while to make. And Saucy was just one of them ones like I was just having fun and wanted to make that record. So it just really just depends, man. Like I don't know how long it took altogether because it's like so many stages. You got the writing, you got the recording, you got the the production, you got just all of that. So it took some time, but I wouldn't say it took forever, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Describe the vibes for your music, because I don't think people really understand, including you, like the vibe you get from the songs. It's like they're all different vibes, but
How would you describe the vibe?
how would I describe it?
Yeah.
It's like you said, you feel like whenever you listen to it and the words and how powerful they are, it's like you know you can do anything and achieve anything, and everything that you go through, like you got to go through it. Nothing's going to be easy. But it's like you believe in yourself so much. Like you speak it like if it's already happening. Everything that you rap about, the storytelling, everything is so inspiring.
can't
That's
wait
my
for
goal.
it.
I want to inspire people, and not just from a standpoint of like I don't always, because I mean I have some songs where I'm just having fun, bro. Like you have the summer vibes where it's just like, hey, we just having fun. But I think with music, for me, it's as much as it is an expression. Like sometimes you just want to make dope stuff. Sometimes I want to let people know, hey man, love the people around you. Sometimes I just want to say, hey, I'm cold as hell at what I do. Sometimes I just want to be like, hey bro, I'm feeling fresh today. Sometimes I just want to be like, hey, it's summer and we finna have some fun. Like sometimes I want to be like, hey, I'm in love.
Be
Like
wearing
sometimes
the
like
hoochie daddy
it
shorts?
just What'd you say?
Do you be wearing the hoochie daddy shorts?
I don't know about all that, but I definitely love wearing shorts. I like my legs. My girl like my legs, so like I wear shorts for sure. Uh, yeah, but I don't think there's necessarily a box or a vibe. Like that's the reason why my first project is called Starter Pack, because all 5 of those songs are completely different. Like one doesn't sound like the other, and then I think Taking Over was more of a like I just want to like show y'all, man, I'm finna take over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really just depends on the music. Sometimes I'm inspirational. Sometimes I'm having fun. Sometimes it's a vibe. Sometimes it's a, love your life. In everything, I think it's love your life. Sometimes you're mad about something. Sometimes you're happy. I feel like as an artist, I think a lot of artists across the board, not just music, I mean, period, waste a lot of their emotions on social media posts. And I have a rule that if I feel something, I can't make a social media post about it until I create some type of art with it. So like, cause you'll waste that energy. Like, dang, I'm mad. Let me like, nah, or dang, I'm happy. Oh man, I'm feeling whatever. Like, I put it in my art, whatever form of art that is, whether it's my music, my graphics, whatever that is. Like, I'm gonna put it in that first, and then I can do it, because you don't want to waste like that feeling. You know
I like
what I mean?
that. I like that perspective.
I noticed that. Well, I realized recently that I write the most whenever I'm feeling angry or sad. But not recently, but a while back, I told someone that I write my feelings down, and they said it was a form of witchcraft, that I'm casting like
A
bad
form
spells
of
on me.
witchcraft.
But like, okay, I'm not. I don't. A piece of paper cannot judge you or say anything back. So I
form of
write. Yeah,
witchcraft.
they told me that that was a form of witchcraft, and that I'm speaking bad, and that every time I go back and read my poems, that I'm speaking the negativity into my life again.
But keep in mind,
That's
she
not-
was also a witch. So I feel like from a witch's perspective, that's probably why she felt that way. But to me, it didn't make sense, because it's like, how else are you supposed to express yourself and like put your art out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I think I was telling y'all earlier, whatever you believe in is what you believe in. It's gonna work. So like, if I don't get the witchcraft part, whatever. But if things happen, you can't. Life imitates art, and sometimes art imitates life. So like,
Yeah.
if this is your life and you're putting it out there, that's what you got. Like, it's not like you're making up something, and if you are making up something, it's creativity, so you still doing it, so it doesn't matter. Like, nobody can tell you. This is what I feel like. I'm a believer in God. I feel like I was made in his image. God is the ultimate creative. I feel like I'm a creative myself. So when I create something, I am God over it, whatever that is. If I make music, whatever, I'm God. You can be like, yo, your music sucks, you need to change this. I ain't got to do nothing that you say, because it's my music. Like, I can take it in if I want to, but like, I see it, I think about it, I put it out into the world, I created it, and I'm God over that. Like, that's my creation right there.
Yeah.
Like, I did that, right? So nobody, I don't care how anybody feels about your art or what you do. Like, you can't let anybody else dictate what you do if it's gonna detour you. Like, sometimes you have people who are like, I don't think it's not good to not take advice. That's not what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you do need advice. Sometimes people know certain things. Sometimes whatever. But when you create something, at the end of the day, it is yours, and you do with it what you want to do with it. Like, nobody.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I've tried writing happy stuff down, but I mean, whenever I'm like super happy about something, I'm like embracing it. But whenever I'm sad or angry or I'm dealing with stuff, I have to write it down to like get it off my chest.
So the only thing I would say there is, like, there's a whole piece of your art that's missing, and if you never put the good experiences in there, so you're missing a whole nother side of yourself that you're not like getting. You know what I mean? So like, when you have those good moments, you got to put them in there too. Whatever emotional high, that's what I say. That's when you take it. Happy, sad, angry, grieving, excited, like whatever that is, you got to put it. Like, you know, just think about some of your favorite art pieces, like whether that's a movie, whether that's a poster, a show, like a song, like you don't just listen to only sad music. Like sometimes, like man, you want to get hype, you want to
Yeah.
get lit. Like sometimes it's not even about something deep. Like it may just be a dance song, bro. Like I just want to dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it ain't always nothing like that. But I think all of those are emotional highs. Like so, don't waste your emotional high, whatever that is. And it don't always have to be poetry too, though. Like I know you do other art. So maybe when you feeling good, you do that art. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
like,
yeah, for
So
sure.
like I just don't waste it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you think that you're gonna perform again?
When am I going to perform again?
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Milo. He has an event that he's gonna be doing for his birthday. I hope it's still on that I'll be performing at. But I'm gonna say next year, as far as my own event, we're probably gonna do some type of birthday bash type situation.
For
That'd
you?
be cool.
Yeah. We're gonna have fun.
Pisces.
March. That's what we doing.
March what?
March the Great.
Okay.
Oh man.
March 7th, man. 3/7. I love my birthday. Because, like, some people love numbers. I love numbers. You know what it's about. But, like, 3 times 7 is 21. Lucky number 7.
My favorite
3.
number is 7.
For
What's
real.
your life path
For
number?
real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. It's always my favorite number. Do you know your life path number?
I have no clue. Put me on game. What is that?
So basically, you put your birthday in, and everyone has a different life path number. So Lenicia's life path number is 11, which is called the healer, and they all have different categories. My life path number is number 3, and it's the creative. And then everyone is just different for everyone based on the year and your birthday.
That's interesting.
So I will probably have to look that up.
Why
later
is
for
your
you.
favorite number 7?
I don't know. It's just always been.
Sometimes you don't have a reason. It's just a favorite.
My favorite number is 5.
5.
But
Why
she
5?
had a reason for it.
Okay, so my favorite number has always been 5 because whenever my parents were together and then me, my brother, and my sister, we were family, we were the original 5 before we went our separate
The
ways.
original 5. Like, I was
Yeah.
the Jackson 5.
Yes. Basically.
The Gradneys.
Mm.
The Gradney 5.
Yes. And then that ended when I was 5.
Dang, that's deep.
Yes, but my number has always been 5, and the reason why, well, because I just told you the reason. But whenever I was a little kid, I used to always believe in wishing on the first star that would pop up in the sky, and then for my birthday every year, I would wish for my parents to get back together, and so we could be like the original 5 again. But it never happened, and I'm glad it didn't happen because it wouldn't have just made sense in the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So number 5 is your favorite number.
Yeah. And it hasn't changed. My reason changed. I mean, like, I would not want them to get back together, but yeah.
That's legit.
Ironically, 7 reminds me of something holy, which I know is probably funny to you.
For
But yeah. Because I don't really...
Put it out
Oh,
there. We're
God.
being honest.
We are. Okay, so this is going to be a whole other topic. I don't believe in religion as far as how, like, some people are that are attached to that religion. So when I think of God, I think of the universe, the creator, yes, but I don't attach it to, like, Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
Christianity in general or just any religion?
So that's where it's kind of iffy because I know... Okay, I don't like how the people come off with their religion. Like, they either judgmental as fuck, they shove it down your throat, and if they didn't do any of that, I can actually see the message for itself. Like, I really like going to church with Lenicia because instead of attaching the religion to it, I take the message for what it is.
I go to a non-denominational church.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I don't really like pray, or if I do, it's a different version, manifestation, same but different. But yeah, I don't really like believe in Christianity God.
You don't believe in Christianity, God. That's interesting.
Yes.
What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that?
Everyone always says
Nah,
something
everybody
else,
has their
though.
own like relationship with what they believe God is.
Mhm.
And you know, I've always felt like manifestation, like even Christianity, like the Bible. I mean, when he first started, like you know, he thought it, said it, and then it
Mhm.
happened. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
like that's manifestation to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If he said we're created in his image, then that's what you do. You think it, you say it, and you do it. But I think a lot of people get missed off at like I call it the formula because it's a faith without works is dead. So like you have to have faith plus the work to make whatever it
Mhm.
is come true, right? So like manifestation by itself ain't shit. Like if you ain't putting no work in with it, it don't matter,
Yeah.
right? So like you know, everybody has their own relationship, their own journey with you know their own beliefs, and I respect it because like your relationship with God, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with whatever
Mhm.
is just that. And I think what you just said, it always sounds like um, hurt that pushed you away from it. Like
It
you
is the
said,
people.
yeah, you're like, oh, they're judgmental, they're this, they're that. But I mean, like, even with what you said, man, like, you know, it's all different. And even being like a black man, like, it's a lot of
Mhm.
different stuff that you learn in history. Shout out my pops, man. My pops is very, um, he's very what you call spiritual. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But he's knows so much, man. It's ridiculous. But like, you just start, you know, like picking apart like what is real, what's not real, like what
Yeah.
was stolen from this, what was stolen from that. But I think what I realize is like it's so many things that I can see myself in when I look
Mhm.
at God. Like you know what I mean? Like my understanding of God and me being made in His image. Like I said, I'm a creative, so like that's what I see out of it. But you know, most religions have the same like
Yeah.
moral compass. You know what I mean? So like, what are you doing morally, or what do you believe in? Like, they
Mhm.
mostly have the same, like, same glue, if that makes sense.
No, it
So
does. I agree.
our parents, so like our dad and his side of the family, they are Christian or Catholic, and then my mom and her side of the family are Christian. So growing up, I was raised by my grandparents on my dad's side. So we were raised in a Catholic church.
Man, I can't do all
But
that getting up, getting back down, bro.
For
yes,
That's not it.
real, man.
Hey,
Oh
man.
my
That
god.
ain't it.
okay,
That was
and
the worst part.
yes, and then like I don't know, I just never. And then I was baptized Pentecostal, which was
Okay.
another
Yeah.
religion. So I don't know. I tried the whole Catholic church and then Christian church, and I don't like either one of them.
I mostly don't like the people attached to the religion because
They're hypocrites.
they are. They
The
are.
ones that we have came across,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had friends and family
Mhm.
that were
Yeah.
hypocrites.
And anytime I say that, like I don't believe in God or anything, someone is always.
I think that's a lot, though. You wholeheartedly believe in God from what you told me. I think,
It's just the people. It's literally the only thing standing in the way, and I gave it a bad name for myself, which I know I should look past. But it really is how the people are and how they portray themselves, and I'm just like, then why are you? Why do you even believe in this if you're this or if you do this? Like, it makes no sense. Or the fact that like I'm bisexual. So of course, a lot of Christians or people in their beliefs, they say that like gay people will go to hell. They have all these things, but some people will cheat. Some people will do this and that. Like you can't pick and choose your sins.
Yeah, but she has fun though when she goes to church with me.
I sure do.
yeah, I think that, like in everything you said, it doesn't sound like you don't believe in God. It sounds like you are hurt, and your relationship with these people have made you not want to associate yourself with Christianity.
Yes.
Is what it sounds like. Like the only thing I would challenge you to do is if you already have your own relationship, nobody else should affect your relationship with God.
Mhm.
Period. Like it don't matter what anybody else do. It's just like if you in a relationship with somebody, like if y'all have the trust or whatever, it doesn't matter how. Like sometimes it don't matter how they family do, how they do, how your friends talk about it, whatever. This is our relationship. I don't really care about y'all. Like just being real. So like your relationship with God, don't let other people. Because even if you're saying, oh, they hypocrites, or they doing this, or they doing that, then even within that, you're doing the same thing of being judgmental. It's crazy, but like most people won't even catch it. Like you're like, I'm judging them because they're not what they say that they are, right? So just like point the mirror at yourself, and anything you do in your life, just do what you can control, like whatever that is. And I would just say reevaluate that relationship, right? Because you're just replacing words like, oh dang, it's the universe, oh dang, it's this, it's that.
That's why I say, like, I get that it's all connected. Like, it's all fucking connected. I truly believe that. It's just everything that was attached to it, which I know I should definitely look past. But that's literally, that's literally it.
Yeah, because me personally, I've always loved science. And I think that one thing that has always, like, made me have a deeper connection with God is once you start understanding how everything moves and everything has its balance and there's these laws and there's this, it's like, dang, like this had to have been put together by somebody else, right? Like that's the way that I think about it. Like it's too much for it to just be random, completely random.
I believe in God because there was a time where I was like in this toxic ass relationship. It was years ago. And we were on the verge of breaking up. And I was always up his ass. And then my mom started making me go to church with her. I would go every freaking Sunday. And over time, I started to not care if that relationship worked out or not. And even though that was a sad part that was going on in my life, I was always happy. And like good things started happening. Like I was just so happy. I would go to school talking about God to people. And then I had this bad dream that I was at a club. And I had stopped going to the clubs. I stopped cursing. I stopped talking bad about people, everything. And I had a dream that I went to the club and there was a shooting at the club. So in my dream, like this guy was holding me hostage. I said that I have to go use the restroom. And he said, go. So when I went to the restroom, I hid in the restroom and there were these like gangsters in the restroom, but they were angels. They were like protecting me. So when I told my mom about the dream, she went and told our pastor, and our pastor said that something is going to happen to where your daughter is going to get off track and she's going to lose her relationship with God, and it's going to be harder for her to get back to how it was. And sure enough, something bad happened. I met this man and he was married, but he lied about being separated from his wife. So I was messing around with him and everything, and sure enough, I stopped praying, I stopped going to church. And so years and years later, it's been like a struggle to like it's not a struggle now like it was before, but it was a struggle to like even pray or take the time, like 5 minutes, to just pray to him or ask him to give me strength or courage or whatever it was that I needed. And I always hold on to that part in my life because I was truly happy. I didn't care what was going on in my life. So that's why like I strongly believe that that was him, that I was going through all that. Not the bad, but the good.
Yeah, all things work together.
So yes, and I'm trying to get back in church now. Sometimes it's hard because and it's no excuse, but I feel lazy like on my days off.
I feel you 100%.
And I have to like rest and relax. And even on my days off, I always end up having to do something work related. So yeah, enough about me. Back to you.
Yes, you said you're a father.
Yes.
How's the dad life?
Oh man, it's tiring. It's tiring, but she's like phenomenal. She's like a little genius.
You said she was 11 months.
11 months. On the third, she'll be 1.
Were you hoping for a girl, or did it matter?
I didn't care.
Really?
No, I didn't care at all.
Were you nervous? Were you excited? Was it everything?
It's like so many different emotions that go through. I think initially it's like for me it was weird. Like there's a whole baby here in this mind. Like it wasn't like initially it was, I don't know how to explain it. Like it was just surreal. Like, you know what I mean? And it took me time. Like I don't think I still ain't got used to it. Like I'll be like, bro, I got a whole child.
It hasn't hit
bro.
you yet?
It's definitely hit me, but it just like hits me every once in a while. Like, bro, you really got a whole kid, bro. Like, it just, I don't know, but she's phenomenal. I think that she definitely brought the best out of me in certain situations, right? Like, because you get a whole human there, and it's like, nah, she got to see that anything is possible, and that's what that whole song "Lonely" is about. Like, you know, I started from the bottom, but I'm seeing back-to-back wins. The road to greatness is lonely. I mapped it out with this pen. Oftentimes, you reach your lowest point to a sin. You may not get there unless you see it through to the end. Became a father. It's really shaping my point of view. See, pressure is times two because I got you. You'll witness knowing what it takes to succeed. Put the work in, and you can go and live out your dreams. Like, I just want her to see that from her parents, right?
For
Like,
real, you can't just say that and move past it.
like, yeah, like,
He always gives me chills.
hey, that's what's up. But like, just in that sense, I want her to just see. Like, she don't have to leave a house to find her heroes. Like,
Yeah.
that's my thing. Like, yes, she can be inspired by
like
other
that.
people, but in her house, she can see, like, nah, anything is possible, bro. Like, because at some point in time, either you do or you don't, because your kid's gonna call bullshit on you. Like, if you like, nah, you can be whatever you want to, and they're like, but you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, your kids will call bullshit on you. So, like, nah, I need her to see everything is possible.
Yeah.
You know, and to do something because it's your passion, right? I think so many times, I was just having this conversation with my girl. I'm like, a lot of America is run off money, and what I mean by that is people do not follow their passion, or it's just preached to be entrepreneurs. I feel like everybody should control their life. Everybody should find the freedom and financial freedom, but finances, like, how many geniuses are there that could be doing like physics, that could be doing all type of things, that because we only focus on money, we lose that, right? Like,
Yeah.
so it's certain things that I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that she's able to be financially stable and be able to do everything that she needs to, and to have wealth to where she can do whatever she wants to. Like, if she wants to be a teacher in a trash ass neighborhood, she ain't got to worry about the money. She like, I'm doing this because I want to.
Yeah.
If she wants to be an archaeologist, like, she can do that. Like, if she wants to be a musician, I can do that, and I ain't got to worry about it. Like, that's my thought process of the life that I want to set up for, like, my child and then my future children and whatever, right? Like, I want them to be able to develop in their area of passion. Yeah.
Damn, that's
so
it. That's very
sweet.
inspiring.
Yes, you're a great dad.
For
Thanks.
real.
I appreciate that.
I was trying, like, my nerves and my eyeballs. I'm being serious. Because I started thinking
Nerves
about,
in
like,
your
how
eyeballs.
our childhood was. And not to talk, like, I love my dad to death. But he did not have the same mindset as you have right now. So, like, your daughter is so lucky.
She is.
Yeah, I think
For
it's,
real.
you know,
Yes.
for all of us, man, none of us had like a perfect. I don't think anybody had a perfect childhood, and I'm definitely not the perfect father. I don't say that I am. But you always want to strive to be your best in whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I think as you get older, you start having more grace with parents or with whatever, because you realize, like, bro, and my parents was mad younger than me when they had me, right? So, like, it's just like having that grace of being like, dang, they were a whole human. You know what I'm saying? Like, taking on a whole another human. You know, and like,
What was your reaction whenever you first found out?
man,
Like, your instant reaction.
my instant reaction was like, I'm excited.
That's
Seriously.
Did you show, like, the excitement?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Did you cry?
Yeah. No, I didn't. My girl did, for sure.
Have you
She-
ever stared at your daughter and then, like, just cried? Like, tears of joy?
No, but when she first got here, my pop sent me a text, and I forgot what the text was exactly, but that text made me cry. If that made me sense. But I didn't like, I didn't like cry like looking at her or anything. I think that was a weird part. Like, when I first seen her, it was just like shock. Like, it wasn't anything like I was just in shock, bro. Like, I remember her eyes were open. Like, she came out and she looked me dead in the face, and then it went over there, and it's this funny story. Like, you know, when they're doing, like, getting everything off and they're about to wear it, put all that on her, one of the nurses, a doctor or whatever, was like holding her, and I was just looking, and they was like, Dad, get the picture. And it was just like funny, like I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh yeah, my fault, I'm sorry. And so, because they were trying to like get her weight and everything, but yeah, I mean, like, it's all a learning experience.
Mhm.
Like, I'm continuing learning. Like, I wanted to make sure that I was my best self. So,
Mhm.
you know, making sure I'm in therapy, you know, like back in the gym, like trying to get my eating
That's
habits together. Like,
good.
just to make sure, like, you know, in life, if you don't take care of yourself, then everything else, like,
Yes,
crumbles.
I
Like,
definitely agree with
I'm a
that.
yeah,
strong
so
believer
you
in
have
that.
to. It's just like the airplane. If you can't put their mask on before you get yours, because then both of y'all can end up messed up.
Yeah.
But if
Mhm.
you put your mask on, now you can like put your kids' mask on and things of that nature. So I just want to make sure that I'm my best self. That because I also know how I was as a kid. I have like a very like young memory, and I've always thought how I do now, just with less information, right?
Mhm.
So I remember like the reason why I love kids, the reason why I can talk to kids, the reason why it was because they have fully developed thoughts. They are just getting the information from it. So like
Mhm.
people treat kids like they're not fully developed humans. Like they are. They're just sponging everything in and
Yes.
putting them in there. But their thoughts, their emotions, like they feel
Mhm.
all of that. You know what I mean? Or so I just want to make sure that I'm in a position to make sure that I can treat her the way she needs to be treated
Mhm.
and give her mind what her mind needs and like all of the above.
You
Just
gonna
when it
raise the
comes to that.
bar
Hell yeah.
for
Yeah.
real.
Hell yeah.
um, so like, where do you see yourself musically and as a father in the next 5 years?
5 years, I don't know. I used to have a very much of like, this is where I'm gonna be at, whatever the case may be. But lately, I've been more on. If you change the behavior, you do the work, you do whatever, all of whatever will come.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So like, I don't focus on like the end goal anymore. Like I just focus on right now.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just like, hey, this is what I need to do. I'm not doing this right. Like, I took a very big gamble over the last couple of weeks. My last, I still got some more client work to finish, but like my last like big thing that I did was Sierra. I helped. Shout out my boy Meech, but we like recreated the Venus and Serena uh, milk ad, like the Got Milk ad.
For real?
Mhm.
Yeah, so like if you seen Sierra post that, like I did the design work on that, and so yeah, and but my biggest thing is like I hit a different place. Like you know, I did design work for you and just different
Mhm.
things, but I'm taking a risk and I'm not doing design work for other people right now, to focus on my ideas and my passion.
Mhm.
Because it can become like a hindrance. Like, oh dang, I work a 9 to 5, and I have this and I have that. Well, dang, I
Mhm.
need to knock this out. Well, shoot, I'm not even focused on my music. When in totality, I focus on my passion. I'm really good at my passion. It'll bring me everything I need, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, like that's just the way I feel about it, man. Like, and that's what I feel about faith. Like, faith sometimes is like, I didn't have to. Oh man, let me quit my job. Let me do this. But I definitely was like, hey, if if this is not going to add to this, then I gotta take it away right now.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. It's kind of it's different. It's scary, but it's also great, right? Because
Mhm.
now I have so many ideas, and sometimes I give my best ideas to other people because they paid, like whatever that is. You know, creating merchandise for other
Mhm.
people or helping out with this campaign, helping out with this. So right now I'm just really focused on my ideas and Wake and Create and All Names Taken is like really where I'm at right now.
This is his shirt, by the way.
Hey,
All names taken.
worldwide with it.
Yes.
Get more
His.
in the camera.
Huh?
Get more in the camera.
Well,
I thought it was good.
yeah,
They
you
can
can
see
see
it.
it.
Allnamestaken.com. You can see all of it.
And
But
his
yeah.
merch is badass. His work is badass.
He made my barber
Everything.
logo,
Yes.
which is badass. He made me
Yeah.
5 of them. It was very hard to choose from.
Yeah. Hard decisions, man. That's what I do.
So, I have questions for you.
Oh, what you got?
Tell me what you got. Tell me what you got.
Gotta say it like harder.
Tell me what you got.
Red Bull
I love Red Bull.
and
Do you like Red Bull?
Flamin' No,
You don't?
I don't like any type of
Energy drinks?
energy drink. Period.
You just like natural energy?
For sure.
How would you describe yourself to someone who has never met you before?
Um, creative, fun, I don't know, loving, happy. I don't
Deep
Dope
know.
as fuck.
I said dope.
I
You
said deep.
For real?
You are. I feel like you're a very deep person.
Like we can have real conversations
Hell
with you.
yeah.
We meet a lot of people and we love the people that like are so open. They can talk about anything.
And we always walk away feeling inspired after
Mhm.
every conversation with you or
Yep.
even seeing you perform.
Yep, I
Really?
cried when I seen you perform.
Hell yeah.
You cried?
Yes. When we were
Yes.
doing your motivational talk, I
Yes,
was like, fuck,
the
he's talking to
whole
me.
like man, it was very inspiring.
Mm-hmm. You help people believe in themselves whenever
For real,
they
like
stop for a
from
second.
start to end. That's how it was. I didn't cry the whole time, but from start to end, like I had goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's dope. I said that because like my goal is like I want people to just like live your best life. Like you only get one. Period. Like people like I know that that's like a very stressed thing. Like I have this song called Flowers that's coming out. It's actually the first song that I actually wrote, which is wild. Like it's an artist, but it's actually coming out now, very soon. But it's just really about giving people their flowers so they can smell them, because they no telling who'll be here tomorrow, right? But at the same time, it's like, man, if you got a dream, go after it. If you want to talk to this girl, do it. If you want to explore life, do it. You want to have kids, do it, because you only get one.
I just said that I
Right.
wanted twins, and you was talking like if I could.
What I said was, I was like, hey, are you sure? Like, I just want to make sure,
I'm
man.
positive.
Yeah, hey, well, you know what? Have fun with your twins.
I'll have more dogs. I'll just do that.
Dogs.
Her
You don't
dog-
want offspring?
Oh,
at all?
No.
No.
For real?
Yeah.
Dang, you don't want your DNA to continue to live on.
I don't want anything. No.
Dang, but would you be okay if it happened? Yeah, you'll
I
be
would.
okay.
I wouldn't, because if I wanted one, I would have had one. I could have had one.
But things change over time.
People be trying to trap
True.
her.
No, don't say that. No.
Dang, it
They
sounds like some
don't.
truth to that. They be trying to trap. Hey.
For real. Anyways, no, I just never. For one, I've never met a person who I felt like I would want a kid with, and that's obviously a big thing. And then I've never felt, because I'm dealing with my own shit, I would never bring something into this world. And I know a lot of parents aren't ready, but you know how parents talk shit about other parents saying, oh, they shouldn't be having kids. Like, you know, I just want to, if I ever had one, which I probably won't, I would want to make sure I'm good mentally. I would never want to bring a kid in knowing I'm not stable.
But you don't have to be perfect.
I'm talking about mentally stable. I would love to be mentally stable.
Yeah.
In order, if I'm gonna be responsible for a whole other human being, yes, it wouldn't be fair to them.
Yeah, that's great. Are you doing anything now to make sure that you're stable?
Mhm.
That's good. Stay at it.
100%. Otherwise, I probably won't be here.
She has me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I love
Okay.
therapy. Therapy's fun as fuck. I get
Sometimes
excited. I like it because
it's very vulnerable.
it is, and that's what
I
I
love
that's what
therapy.
I like, and that's what I need, and just to face my own shit, and just yeah, I have no problems with that.
Yeah.
But that's different bringing a whole nother kid in.
But I mean, here's my thing,
Mhm.
because I know you work out too.
Mhm.
That never stops, right? Like you never get to a place where you're just like, oh my God, I'm amazing. You're always working on making sure whatever area is good,
Mhm.
right? So as long as you know you're going to be doing the work, then you're good.
God damn it! Why do you think like this?
Yeah, like
You
you're.
need to
it's-
hear it.
No, it
It's
makes
the same
sense.
areas,
It
like-
makes sense.
if you're like, oh man, I'm not gonna, because as long as you're doing the work, like you're never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be the right time for a lot of things. Having the right person, 100%. Like you definitely
Yes.
want to making sure your finances, 100%, all of that, right? But I just say, and I'm not telling you to have no kids at all, bro. Like you don't have kids, don't have no kids.
No.
Like, but I'm just saying in life in general, like
Mhm.
like it's always work. Like you're never gonna stop working.
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
yeah, so,
100%. It's
yeah.
just different when it involves a whole nother.
Oh yeah,
human
I get what
being.
you're saying.
But
yeah.
other than that, yeah.
Just period. I just that didn't even have to pertain to the kid. Just period. Like the work never stops.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's
It
she's
don't.
an amazing aunt though. I can't say that.
I'm cool with other people's kids because it's not like my responsibility.
Yeah.
And yes, and they bring me back to a good place when I was a kid. They take me out of the shit that I go through as an adult, and it's nice. It's a nice reminder to just
Be a kid again.
yes, and life isn't that serious.
So I have a question for y'all.
Oh
off
my
of what
God.
y'all just said.
Oh God.
Are y'all in the consensus that like you would have liked to stay a kid forever? If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Why is that?
Yes and no.
it's fun,
I feel like you can still do that as an adult.
but you got responsibilities.
True.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm different. Like I definitely didn't. I was ready to be older. Maybe
Oh, we were ready.
but
to
I'm
older,
saying it
too.
in the sense of like as an adult you control your life.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid you don't. You don't have the control over it. Like anything can happen. Like my childhood was very different. Mom's was locked up at one point in time. Uncle was locked up. Granny was locked up. I was sleeping on different people's couches, whatever the case may be. The only thing that I miss is like people who aren't here anymore. Like you can't get that back, right? Like your friends who are gone. You know what I mean? Like or your grandmas or great grandma. Like like people who aren't here. Like that's the one thing. But like being a kid, bro, I feel like you can be that. I have this whole theory about children being the closest to like being godlike, right? Because like I said, for me, you're creative. As a kid, you're the ultimate creative, bro. Like you play pretend, so you're an actor. You mold stuff, so you're a sculptor. You are an architect with like Legos. You draw, you paint, you do everything as a kid, and as you get older, people start knocking stuff off, or what people tell you is real life starts knocking stuff off, right?
Yeah.
So like it's harder to keep it like as you get older, but if you can hold on to that creativity, like when you get older you just start learning, getting deeper into it. I don't know how to explain that. Don't know if I explained it well.
No,
No,
it
you
makes
did.
sense.
But-
Yeah.
Like it's this line from Kanye, that's like my favorite line, period, in hip hop. He was like, well, this verse is my favorite. He's like, I just needed time alone with my own thoughts. Got treasures in my mind, but couldn't open up my own vault. My childlike creativity, purity, and honesty is honestly being crowded by these grown thoughts. Reality is catching up with me, taking my inner child. I'm fighting for it, custody. Like I was like, dang, bro, like that just.
What
hit.
song is that on?
Like that's on Power.
What the fuck?
Power, but like.
I feel
That song is such a like how you put it like a hit situation that I don't think a lot of people hear that in there because that was like for creative. You like dang bro, like you really be fighting to keep your creativity,
Yeah.
and I think that's the hardest part of getting older. Like you gotta fight like when people are like dang, is there something that you want to do, or like dang that's unrealistic, or like dang this is that. Like nah bro, you had that for your life. My life, this is what I'm doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like. I don't let other people's
opinions
doubt
or
negativity touch me. Like it may touch me for a second, but I shrug it off, right? Like nah, bro, you can't tell me that I'm not that guy, bro. Like I'm not finna be selling out Madison Square Garden one day. Like I'm telling you, bro,
We gonna be there.
Definitely getting Grammys. It's gonna be a good time too. What I'm trying to tell you.
I don't like whenever people say that I'm lazy.
You don't like when people say that you're lazy?
Yeah, because they don't know what I do every day.
Who tells you
so
you're
it's
lazy?
Like, okay, so I used to work at this one barber shop, and the owner, he went up on my booth rent. Thank God. I love him. We ended on bad terms, but I still have a lot of love for him.
Yeah.
So he said he went up from $50 to $120 on my booth rent. And he was like, Lanicia, you're fucking lazy. Like, you don't come to work. You don't do this. And you only work 4 days a week. I said, it's because I take 2 days to relax. Or 1 day to spend time with my daughter, Sundays. And then when she goes to school on Mondays, I, like, relax. And then on Tuesdays, I'm,
Hey,
like,
can
working.
I pause you real quick?
Go ahead.
You don't have to explain shit to nobody. You're an adult.
Well, I told him
Period.
that I was
Like,
going.
so, like, I'm just gonna say it just like this, bro. Like, you don't be worried about other people because, like, it don't. But they can say that it don't matter, bro. Like, I don't have to explain to you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the reason why I do this. This is the reason why I do it, bro.
But
I'm an adult.
I told him I was just working on like my mental health because at the
But why
time
did you
it
have to
wasn't
tell him that?
because he the and the main thing he would say is no, you gotta make money. Fuck all this other shit that you're going through. Just make money. Go show up to work, make money. And now, a year and a half later, that is all I'm thinking about because it's like I got into the habit of being at the barbershop. I used to cut till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Work was always just number one. And then until I had my stroke, that's whenever I slowed down. I don't ever cut late anymore because I stopped. And then I'm hearing some people say, "Oh, you're being lazy. Like you need to get up and do something." I'm like, I'm doing everything I can. So when
Are
I
you
was
taking care of your bills?
yes,
Who
That's
cares
all
what
that
nobody?
matters.
Who cares what nobody else has
like
to
it's
say?
a struggle, but yes, I am. But I miss whenever I was a kid and I didn't have the responsibilities. I miss when someone was cooking for me every day.
Yeah,
My mom.
I get that. Like, but I'm
That's the
saying
stuff that I miss.
as far as like period, bro. I don't care. Like, not to say I don't care what people think, because I think that's a lot. We all as humans care to a certain degree what certain people think,
Mhm.
but I don't have to explain myself to nobody. Period. Unless it's somebody I'm like it affects them, then I have to explain.
Mhm.
Right? Like me and my girl have a whole child. There's certain things that we have to explain to each other.
Yeah.
Or we doing business. It's something that we have to explain to you. Or like yada yada. But other than that, bro, I don't have to explain myself to nobody, bro.
Man, when I don't explain myself to someone, they just take it as like me being a bitch or me being
That's
closed
fine.
off, and I'm like, I
But
just
that's
don't
fine,
see
though.
the reason.
That's fine though.
Mhm.
Because now you putting more stress on yourself. Like why? You don't have to explain yourself to nobody.
Yeah.
Period. Like unless you want to, you don't have
And I have
to.
a habit of wanting to do that to like ease
Over
their mind.
communicate.
Right.
Yes, I
Like
really
when we
over
was joking
communicate.
about that bathroom situation earlier, right?
What
That's what I
bathroom
was saying.
situation?
Like you was like, you was overly like trying to explain, like, no, I did not do that.
Because, like, y'all know how
But it's
people
just
be
me.
on black.
But when you could have
No,
just
I
like
didn't.
laughed it off and that would have been it. But because man, let me poke the bear. Let me see what's going on. But like, that's what I mean by it. Like you can take a funny situation and learn from that. Like,
Yeah.
don't like if it's somebody that you have like, okay, this is a mentor, this is whatever, you're taking advice from them, that's
Yeah.
one thing. Or if they got what you want in life and they like, hey, these areas you need to change that. Like I'm not saying don't take advice because that's dumb. Like take advice, but don't feel like you have to explain. Like you don't, bro. You don't. Like the only person you're an adult. The person you have to be accountable with is yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, self accountability is what runs your life
Major.
now. Period. Like, I need to be accountable to myself. Dang. If you start feeling like you being lazy, then it's like, okay, why do I feel like that? Okay, I need to change some stuff. But if you feel like you're doing what you need to do, and you know that you've been doing it,
Then
who
it
is there
shouldn't
to?
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. It matters how you feel about it.
And
right?
I'm focusing on two things. It's not just one thing anymore. It's two things. So it's like it's overwhelming for me sometimes. And sometimes I do want to be fucking lazy on a Sunday,
Yeah,
or
do
Monday, or Tuesday.
Yeah, just period. I mean, think about it, bro. Like I said, I'm believing in God, bro. If God had to take off one day, bro, everybody got to take off one day. I don't care. Or you start getting tight. Like I was a victim of that in certain areas. Like you just keep going, like no days off. Like don't worry about yourself, bro. That is stupid, bro. Like we are not
No,
machines.
I believe in sleep because if
Yeah.
I don't sleep, I cannot function.
Period. I
No.
feel you. So like, don't overthink. Don't try to please people. Like you, your kid, your partner, whatever. Like whatever relationships you got, like dads. Focus on that. Focus on yourself.
I also
like,
think that I'm overly understanding.
overly understanding.
Yes.
What does that mean?
If just someone does something to me or they say something to me, I'm like,
Like you see it from their point of view, even if it don't make sense to you.
yeah,
You could just see where they're coming from.
yeah. I put myself in their shoes and like I'm just thinking, okay, well, they're probably going through something for them
You're
to
showing
react
empathy.
or But
You're
I mean, I'm
assuming
always.
positive intent. That's what that's called. There's nothing wrong with that.
But sometimes
'Cause,
it does get overwhelming.
like, that's something you need to address.
Yeah.
Like, it's just with you. Like, I mean, you can either, for instance, you can assume positive intent, or you can always be on a negative side. like, dang, bro, somebody always trying to get over me. Yada, 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 yada. Like, bro, whatever protects your mental, that's what you need to
Weed
worry
protects
about.
it, and God.
Okay, I feel like weed is a iffy thing.
Yeah,
Because no one really
sometimes.
talks about it, but weed really does. As much as it's fun and it makes you feel good, it makes you feel lazy as fuck too.
Well,
Bro,
that's
why it
why I
smell
only
like
take a
onions
few
all
hits.
of a sudden, bro? I ain't tripping.
I smell it too.
It smell
me.
like onions. Oh my, why it smell like onions in here, bro? What the hell going on? Somebody out there cooking.
I do smell
should've
it.
That's
But
wow,
yeah,
bro.
no, I don't smoke.
It smell like onions in here, man.
Are you sure it's in here? It's probably
What?
coming
It's
from out
it's
there.
no ceiling, so
Yeah.
in here, like in here, it smell like onions. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
all I'm saying.
I'm dead.
But
I don't even remember what we was talking about. Them onions
talking
strong,
about weed.
bro.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I feel like okay, because sometimes I can be really creative whenever I smoke, and then sometimes it's just it makes me feel so lazy, so lazy.
You don't
That's
smoke it
deep.
too
I
much.
don't smoke weed, but everybody has vices. As long as you control your vices and your vices don't control you, then it is what it is, bro. Like,
yeah,
like
if I
everybody has vices.
if I gotta paint something, and I smoke too much, I'm not painting. I'm playing games on my phone and then crashing right after.
Yeah. So I mean, it's up to like that's all. Everybody got their vice, whatever that is. You know, some things is more obvious, some things is not. Like just as long as you controlling it, it's not controlling
I'm
you.
laughing at the onion thing.
The onions strong, bro. If I start crying, it's because of onions, bro.
Is that
On
why you
me.
put your glasses back on?
Yeah, I just want to make sure my eyes won't get damaged in here, man.
Okay, I have one more question
Okay.
before we close.
Just had to make sure. I just had to.
Who is your biggest inspiration and why?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Why?
Inspiration. That word.
Why?
Is, I don't know who my biggest inspiration is.
That's an honest answer.
It's layered with many people.
Mm-hmm.
People that I know, people that I don't know. Like I can go down a whole list. Just period. Like when it comes to poetry, it's my pops. I heard when I was living with him in Iowa for a little bit when I was a kid, and he thought I was asleep one time, and he was reading somebody a poem that he had about me, and that poem like stuck with me. It was like basically what he was saying was it was like God's on one line, the devil on the other, and it was like the devil got him, he didn't want him to get me. Was like how it said, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is fire, bro! Like this is me." Like,
Damn, we need to meet your dad.
For
you see,
real.
man. My dad a player, man. Y'all want to meet my pops?
So is ours.
He won't get us. We learned.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
That's what I think of the word player. That's what I thought he
I'm
meant.
just saying, my pops move, man. I'm just saying. Anyway, like I got siblings, man. My youngest sibling like 5, bro. I'm just saying, my pops.
Are they all creative or like
My
what are
siblings?
their? Or do they have different creative outlets, basically?
I can tell you like this. Me and my brother. My brother is mid-20s, basically. He's a hip hop artist, poet, but he's yeah. We just all kind of get that from my pops. I come on that side of the family. It's a lot of creatives in that way, right? On my mom's side of the family, they're singers. Like they can sing, bro. Like,
that's
my
good.
mom, when I was a kid, she was in like different like gospel groups and stuff, and like they play instruments and sing, bro. I cannot sing as good as anybody on this side of the family.
Have you ever thought about putting her on one of your songs?
My mom, absolutely not. I have never thought about putting my mom on my music.
Why? You just want to keep that private?
Not even that. Like it's just not. That wouldn't happen. But inspiration. So like that's what I mean. Like so my pops is a poet, an amazing poet, And I brought this up to him years later, and I asked him did he remember it. And now I'm talking about like maybe like 4 years ago, and then he ended up releasing this book with that poem being like the number, like the first one. Then you have like my cousins, like they was like my cousin Clay, like he hustler, like he barber, musician, like all of that. Like that's where that come from. Then you got the people I don't know. Like I think I love a lot of faceted people. Like Jamie Foxx was like big when I was a kid,
He's
bro.
hilarious.
Like I love Jamie Foxx. Like he could sing, he could play instruments. He was acting,
That Ray Charles
comedian.
movie.
Yeah, that used to be my thing. Boy, I used
For
to hit that
real?
Ray Charles. Boy. You know, we got that right in my phone.
Oh my
I used to
god.
hit that Ray Charles,
So what
boy.
he
But
said.
like,
baby.
Kanye West, just in the sense of like, the same thing that make you love him is the same thing that make you hate him. Is like he just gonna do whatever he want to do, period, and relentlessly, bro. Like,
Oh, that makes
whether-
sense.
Yeah, he just gonna do whatever he want to do, and like I always like whether I agree with it or don't agree with it, I've always liked that about him. Like, you know, it was a lot of people who said he couldn't be an artist, and then he became the #1 artist. There's a lot of people who said he couldn't do fashion, and it's not a lot of shoe brands that can touch Kanye's shoe brand. Like whether you like the shoes or not,
Yeah.
it's like just that. You know what I mean? So like I love Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott,
Ooh, yes.
Timbaland.
Missy Elliott used to be one of my favorites.
Bro, Missy Elliott is like an unsung goat, bro. Like I swear, man. Like when the first song I had that went viral was inspired by her. It was this song I had called Black Beetle, but I produced it, and it was like the production was like Timbaland Missy. Like when I thought about it, like it was so strange, and it was like I walk into the game just like I own it. Who at the top? I'm coming to dethrone it. Originality. I'm not one to just come. But it was like. I loved it. Like Missy Elliott is
You
great.
can't just stop.
I got to, cause I just can't. Like that song ain't even out no more. I don't even know where it's at. It's on. What's the name of that? SoundCloud. It's definitely on SoundCloud somewhere. But it came out before Black Beatles, and so it was viral before that. And then Black Beatles came out, and it just made it go even more. But yeah, I have a lot of things, people, textures that I'm inspired by. Just in general, man, like
Yeah.
Albert Einstein, like I'm inspired
Smart
by
as
that.
fuck.
Like, it's a lot of inspirations there. Period. In general, I just love it. Like Albert Einstein, I think is one. Whenever I think of Albert Einstein, I always think about how many kids get wrote off because he didn't talk till he was 4, and so like how many kids are wrote off is like slow or whatever, or you know, oh, then they have this or they have that.
Yeah.
And you could be having one of the most brilliant minds, right? Like, you know, or I do certain things like what they call thought experiments is what he called them. But sometimes I'm just sitting quiet and I'm thinking. I'm just like, I don't need a TV or nothing. Like, people be like, are you weird, bro? Why is you just sitting in a room like that? Like, that just be me. Like,
Man,
I do that sometimes.
I cannot because I would be thinking about my past childhood. I did not like my childhood when I was in elementary. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta listen to like slow like meditation music or something if I'm sitting in a room by myself.
Really?
So
Yeah.
something.
Are you afraid of your thoughts?
I'm not afraid of my thoughts. I just don't want to. Sometimes those emotions come back, and not that I'm ignoring it, but if I'm already having a good day, why would I just want to think about something I don't want to think about? And just the most random thoughts will pop up.
Do you
Yeah.
meditate?
Yes.
I heard you say something earlier about like praying, and when you're praying, is it okay if I share this? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like when you pray, your brain goes to other things.
Yes, my brain constantly races.
So the whole thing about meditation is it's like having this monkey in a cage. You can't control your brain,
Yeah.
really. But it's like understanding like the more you meditate, the more you realize like, okay, if a thought goes back, like you're supposed to be thoughtless during meditation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but when it comes, you realize that you bring it back in, you cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you start doing that, the more you can like control your thoughts and your thought processes and things like that. But that's just a thought.
Well,
Like
maybe I
would
need to
say,
do it longer.
Start off small and just build. Start off with 3 minutes. Start off with 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I do it at least for 5 minutes every time.
It's hard.
No, it's not hard.
I say it's hard
Praying is
because
hard because I fall asleep.
this is what I mean by that. It's hard because if you have a timer, like you're like, dang, how long has it been? What's going on? Like, how long do I have to stay here?
Mm-hmm.
So like, you have to like work through your brain to be like, dang, to work through your brain. Like, I don't. Not to catch on to those thoughts because those are all still thoughts. That's what I mean by it. So that's the reason why, like how you said music, you create, you know how to hum. That's like putting your brain just on that sound, like whatever that is, right? So like you're putting your brain and your thought into just making that sound. It's a whole thought process.
So the reason why, how I know I go longer than 5 minutes is because whenever I put on meditation music, I can hear it change. That's how I know. I haven't timed myself ever.
I usually I don't do meditation music. I just be in silence, and so I have a timer.
I feel like that's harder.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
So now you have to sit with yourself in silence, and that's when you start learning how to you focus on your breath, you focus on this, you focus on that, and you have to not think about like, dang, how much time I got left, thing, what's going on, and that's what I mean by that, like, because it can also be another distraction that you're having with the music being there, so you may not even be meditating. You know what I mean? But meditation is different, right? Like, so it all just depends, but. That's just my understanding of meditation and how it worked for me, and it also like helped me. But the more I meditated, the more it helped me like have clearer thought processes going through the rest of the day. Yeah.
Damn. So do you like sit like in a dark or a quiet? Like
it depends. Like if it's the morning, I don't like unnatural light. I'm weird, and that's something like me and my girl are different at. Like. If it's natural light outside, I'm not turning on lights. Like I'm opening up windows.
Yeah.
Like that's how I am. I don't like lights at like almost at all. Like unless I have to, right? So it depends, man. If it's dark, like if I get up early enough or I'm up late enough and it's just me, then like I may sit in the dark and do it. You know what I mean?
I definitely sit in the dark.
Yeah.
In the
just
tub.
depends. But I mean, I'm closing my eyes
have
anyway.
A light.
I'm probably closing my eyes anyway. My eyes aren't open, so it really doesn't matter if that makes sense. Like, my eyes are closed.
Yeah. We definitely do it very different.
Yeah. I just, for a time there, like, I studied meditation. It was like one of my friends one day, I was like, man, y'all meditate. Like, mostly when I'm doing music, he's like, that's all I'm talking about. And I just looked into it, and the more I looked into it and what it can do and what it's supposed to be and how it works and like how it works in like Buddhism and like all of that, like it was crazy. But I think that it's one of the most slept on things. Like similar to what we talked about resting, it's getting your brain to really rest is what you're doing. So then I don't know, I love it. It's annoying sometimes, like when you first get started. Like I haven't done it in a while, honestly, but when I'm on it, it just I like it.
Nice. Something I'm currently doing is writing when I'm in the present moment and reminding myself if I do get anxious or thinking of negative things or if I'm distracted, I just remind myself that I'm only thinking of stuff that has already happened. It's just reoccurring thoughts. So in order for me to make new reoccurring thoughts, I have to take positive steps or do things that'll actually make me happy so I don't get stuck in those thoughts. So that's been pretty cool for me.
Nah, that works. That's just like, I mean, if I have a bad day, bro, I'm turning on a funny movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna try to sit here and end this. Like, I'm going to try to fight to have a better day.
Yeah.
Like, whatever that is, so that makes sense. Like, whatever it is. Not having the greatest moment, let me try to, shoot, I like this, I like that, let me do it. Let me put on a movie I know I'm gonna laugh at. Whatever, man. Like, so that makes sense.
I have to watch a scary movie.
She's weird.
You watch
She
scary
stays
movies?
watching scary
I
movies.
love scary movies. I watch them every day.
All right, I'm gonna be real with you. I used to love scary movies.
What happened?
I still love them, but they're mostly comedies to me. It all changed one lovely night in middle school. Me and my cousins was up and we was watching Wrong Turn.
I love that movie.
And that whole movie, like we were delirious, and it was all funny to me.
Really?
I was like,
I was
bro,
so
how
scared.
are y'all like? They walking with a limp, but they running like 30 miles an hour, bro. Like it was just so much stuff that was just so funny to me. So like, a lot of the time, scary movies are hilarious to me because I just be like, bro, ain't nobody. So it just messed it up for me in that sense. So like, they're like comedy movies to me a lot of the time. Don't know what it's about.
So I don't get scared, but they do like some parts definitely make me jump. But I don't know. I just
I don't
love
know.
scary movies.
I love them, but because they're comedy to me, I don't know. It just is like I didn't watch this last Michael Myers movie yet, right? But the one before that, the one
Maybe
before
just
that
stop.
was so funny to me because I was like, bro, the firefighters jumped him and he just like beat their ass, bro. Like it was so funny to me, like that stuff just be hilarious to me, bro. Like how this an old man just going in,
Make it make sense.
right? I don't know. It just be funny to me.
And then
That-
go
one of my
ahead.
favorite scary movies, which they messed it up, is Jeepers Creepers. That one never got funny to me. I love the first Jeepers Creepers. Like
It's good.
that movie's amazing. And at the time, like we used to go to church like way out in Ennis, so like we had to go through like drive past like cornfields and stuff. And I'd be like, bro, what if he just jump on the roof right now and just, you know what I'm saying, like. But I used to have these weird situations. I'm like, bro, what if I get put in situations like I'm like the one person I used to wish I was weird as a kid. I was like, I wish Freddy Krueger was real. Cause I'm creative. I'm like, bro, you coming in my dream, bro? My dream, bro, you gonna get fucked up, bro. Simple as that. I'm creative, bro. Like you gonna be like, dang, I picked the wrong person dream to go into because I'm finna flip this whole shit on you. I'll fuck around, and be an anime character beating your ass, bro. Like that's not finna be. That's not like I used to be like, bro. I wish he was real, cause like that's you not scary, bro.
They don't scare me, but I cannot sleep. I like to sleep like spread out in the bed. I cannot sleep with my foot hanging off the bed or my hand because I always feel like something is gonna grab it. That's the only thing that scares me.
That's hilarious, man.
Yes.
That's funny. I know
No,
what
I-
you're talking about too, though.
Yes,
From like when I
and
was
so I
5. I used to think about that. Yeah.
I still think about that. That's why I can't
Nah,
let
I'm
my
Gucci.
limbs hang off the bed.
There was this movie that came out in elementary called They. Did you ever watch that?
They.
It
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
Okay, nah, they really had me like that. Cause it was like these, I don't know what they was. It was these beings that left a mark on you when you was a kid, and they came back and got you when you was an adult. But they come out of the darkness, so they will come out of like shadow, like underneath there, or like.
Stop it! I didn't jump on my soul jump. Stop.
Oh man, that's funny. But they
wrong
would
with
come
you?
out of like just different things. Like she was in an air vent, and they was, but it was wild. Like, but they would take you back to like wherever they come from. But you should watch it. If that's really gonna mess you up with like keeping your feet over the edge. If that messes with you.
I don't want to see it.
Like, it's called They. Yeah, it's more like a suspense horror film. Like it's not like
All that.
stuff is just getting jumped out at you at all time. It's just like one of those things. Like I don't know. As a kid, it kind of threw me off. You scared now? You about to cry? Ah,
No,
damn.
I'm looking at this mark on my nose.
Mark of the Beast.
Marco, you
I really enjoyed this, Alex.
You did. Lovely.
I've learned a lot.
You did? What did you learn?
So much.
So you didn't learn anything. That's what's up.
No.
You didn't learn nothing. She said so much. Name one. I just said name one.
I'm gonna walk away feeling inspired like I always do. Just because you put things into simple ass perspectives, and I'm just like, huh, it really can be that easier, huh? Yeah.
I think we do as humans like make things so much more difficult. It ain't gonna have to be.
I agree.
Well,
For
my
sure.
favorite thing that I learned about you is your thought process on being a father, and
Ooh,
how
that
you
is a
want
good one.
how you want your daughter to look at you, and how you said that she doesn't have to go outside, to find love. It's in the home.
Yep, love heroes. Like her mom graduated cum laude and built her own business. So like that's what I'll be saying. Like in the house, like she don't have to go like
Yeah.
out into the world to find her inspirations or to find it, which is okay if she does. But I'm saying like at the house, she already got that. Like that's my thing. Like she don't have to go far.
That's my favorite thing that I learned so much.
So much. So I'm drinking Red Bulls, man.
I need it. Sponsor? Our sponsor?
Oh. Okay, so I guess we're coming to a close. Again, this was All Names Taken. Dang it missed
Follow him on Instagram.
Yes.
Follow me everywhere. My TikTok popping too. Not really, but
It will be.
yeah.
And it is ALLNAMESTKN.
All one word.
Yes.
Yes.
All names taken.
Listen to
Google
this
it.
music.
YouTube it. Instagram
Amazing.
it. .com it.
Next week we have our first sponsor by Swag Without a Tag, which was cool as fuck. We will be wearing their merch or creative thing that they have going on. They also make quilts, goodie bags, parties, all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll talk more about
Whatever
them.
you need. I'm gonna
next
bring
week.
this quilt that they made me.
Yes.
Quilts. That's fire.
Yes, and it's very warm. And she made it 2 different patterns on each side.
Mhm.
And she lets you pick the material out, whatever you want, and she can make it. Yep. So we're gonna end it now.
Hey, it's been
Bye.
real. I appreciate y'all for having me.
We
Taking
love
it.
having
Wayne
you.
Create.
We want to have you on here again. Hopefully to perform a full song.
Perform?
For real.
Yeah.
You want me to perform?
Yes, a full song.
Dang.
Or you can do it right now, or just whenever we have you on here again.
If Taylor Swift was on here, would you ask her to perform?
If who?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Her newest album, I kind of fuck with it.
Who?
And I don't really fuck with Taylor Swift like that.
I never listened to it.
No,
It's only this newest one. I'm just like,
I don't even know she sings still. Cause I don't keep up with her like that.
That's deep. It's really not deep. I just want to say that because it sounded like cool.
No, I really don't. So like the artists that I don't keep up with, I find out from other people.
Like me. Because she had to say a song and then you was like, oh, snap.
Okay, so we're gonna end it here. Follow him
yeah.
on all platforms. And yeah,
And-
we'll see y'all next week. Next week we are going to have DMT. In
And
the
we're gonna
building.
go over shadow work.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
The spookies.
Spooky. But yeah.
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
Well, thank you, Alex,
Nah, thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
for coming.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hey, Biz.
Hey, man, turn
Hey, I'm
this
still
shit
here,
off.
man. We ain't gone.
Turn
yet,
it off.
man. Look, hey,
Turn it on.
hey.
What? Check it.
Wait.
That was her
I was trying
turn.
to get him to perform.
Yo. Hey, man.
He said that was not it.
Let me go get him.
Dang,
Hold
bro.
on.
Hey, so we still shooting right now. I
Oh, my
wanna get-
ears.
This is funny as fuck.
Yeah, I'm still here.
And we're queer.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not for sure. Camera's still on me, bro.
I appreciate you for coming out.
Yeah, no
Because we
problem.
haven't seen you in a minute. I want to say since that opening at that barber